I just feel like this is important information. I promise you, throughout this whole video, everything just interconnects, and this is my way of trying to make an impact, because sharing an Instagram story just doesn't feel enough, you know. I also really just want to say that I'm speaking this fully out of love. Like, I know that the things that cause people to believe that different genders have different roles and different rights and different privileges, I guess. I know that that's no one's fault per se. It's fully conditioning from the patriarchy. It's also just passed down through generations. And so I really do say all of this out of love, and I'm not trying to attack anyone or sound aggressive, and I'm going to try not to get passionate throughout the video. A lot of people tend to revert back to the Bible when they talk about gender roles and how biblically women are supposed to be tending to their husband. I've done a lot of research lately, and I've actually seen that that is not at all what the Bible was intending to say. So in the Bible, Eve was made from Adam's rib. And now to everyone that is, okay, men are, oh gosh. And now to everyone that means, okay, men are superior. Women were made after, they are smaller, they deserve less, they need to live for the man, and you know, and I totally get that, totally get why that was misinterpreted. But this is the research I did that shows that Adam, the first person, was actually someone with no gender, and then the second person was made by their side as a life partner to be with them through life and to get through life together. And actually only later gender roles were assigned by pagan society and whatnot. We should think of it more as like we came from the side, so we are each other's partners, we're side by side, we make each other whole, you know, like that is kind of the point. I really hope that we start seeing our partners as someone to just go through life with, side by side, work together, you know, especially like obviously different circumstances require different things, but you're supposed to balance it out. You know, it's not supposed to be the woman has to cook and clean, but then in today's society, women work. So how is the woman working and cooking and cleaning and taking care of kids and stuff? You know, like, we gotta evolve. So obviously, like, in the beginning of time, they were hunter-gatherers, you know, the men were hunting and stuff, and the women were gathering, and maybe that worked in the beginning. And yeah, with women at home looking after the kids, men had the higher ground in terms of developing job opportunities and stuff. And so women were deprived of getting jobs, and they were actually not allowed to have jobs. And a lot of the time that wasn't per woman's choice. A lot of women wanted to be educated and wanted to study and stuff. A lot of people tend to revert to the excuse that like, oh, but if you want equal rights, then you go to the war, then you go work in the mines. There's always like some aggressive thing to it. Then you take a punch. What is it? Equal rights, equal fights. So the argument there is that women should be doing the same things that men are doing if we want the same rights, right? But that's not the point. The point is that if we want to study, we should be given the same opportunities, the same pay, you know what I mean? And honestly, most of the people that are arguing, oh, so you go work in a mine, oh, so you take a punch, they probably wouldn't even do it themselves. They're using it as a way to bring down the fight for equal rights for women, but then they also wouldn't do it. A lot of things men bring up is not even it's not even to our benefit. Like, men will say, oh, but women get like free entry into a bar while men have to pay. And it's like, okay, but that's based on wanting more women because women will bring more men, and then that brings more profits. So that's not actually benefiting us. That comes from the patriarchy. There's so many things that men like to defend against feminism that is stemming from the patriarchy, which I think is so weird. Like, why are you saying that women shouldn't have equal rights with your chest? Like, how are you proud of that? And in the same breath, if a man wants to be a stay-at-home dad, he should also have that opportunity. We are the soul, we are the spirit, and we're just here having a human experience. The biological sex is just a part of the vessel that we take up. And so I don't really see why different genders can't have the same opportunity. I think people fail to realize that feminism isn't only supporting women's rights and women's opportunities. We also support men. We recognize that the patriarchy is not only influencing women's opportunities, but also telling men that they can't feel emotion. If you're tidy, you're not manly enough. If you are caring, you're not manly enough. You know, all of it's bullshit. I'm sorry. Obviously, feminism stemmed from women's rights because that was like the main issue when it all came about, and that's hence the name, feminism. But it really is about equality. I think people fail to realize the duality of life. There is duality in everything. In a relationship, that should be balanced. If you're both working and you're both pursuing things, you should both be helping. Obviously, if a woman chooses to be a stay-at-home mom, then she can balance out the femininity and you can balance out the masculinity, and that totally works. You know, everyone should get the opportunity to do what they actually want to do. Another thing I want to address that the patriarchy has convinced us is normal and okay is the way women bring down other women. At this point, men don't even have to lift a finger. You see women calling other women fat, skinny, you should wear more makeup, you should shave your legs, you look like a man. It's not just about men. Females bring each other down as well. Sometimes we don't even realize how we bring each other down. Like when a man says, you're not like the other girls, like you don't wear lots of makeup or whatever, you shouldn't take that as a compliment. Bringing other women down shouldn't lift you up. It really is so deeply in bed that like being this cool, chill girl is what a guy wants. But I don't know about you guys, but I would much rather be remembered as an annoying woman who stood up for herself instead of this chill girl who was so cool with anything, and anything that was said, she was just so chilled with, and she just laughed, and she just wasn't like the other girls. Like, could never be me. Don't bring yourself down. Don't quiet yourself. Don't shrink yourself just to make others comfortable. That is not a cool girl thing, okay? The coolest thing you can do is stand up for your female ancestors that fought so hard for you to have the opportunities you have today. A lot of people like to bring up the fact that like women have fought so hard for what we have, is this not enough? And that actually brings me to talk about the goal of this video, like the real reason I was itching to make this video. I live in South Africa. The gender-based violence is insane. Women are still dying at the hands of men because they didn't provide what a man expected in the relationship, or they said no when the man wanted them to say yes, or they were just living their life, going to the post office or something. It really is an important thing to talk about and to stand up for, and this is not a time to be a cool, chill girl in this society. In that note, I also want to talk about social media influence, specifically Andrew Tate vibes. To all those out there that support Andrew Tate, he's a smart person. He has some good perspectives on some things. So did Hitler. Gender-based violence starts somewhere. It starts with the young boys watching social media, seeing a man saying men are superior. Men should be looking for women who want to serve them. You can take what you want from a woman. A woman owe you something. That's where it starts. A lot of men get really triggered by the whole not all men thing. I feel like men only really understand this when they think of it in perspective of like their sister or their mom or something like that, or like their daughter, which, can I just say, is so wrong. Like, you shouldn't just respect a woman that you're related to or attracted to. It's like going camping and there's like this dangerous bug out there, but maybe not all of the bugs carry this venom or this disease or something. So you're taught to just avoid all of them because you don't know which one is going to carry the venom or the thing that can kill you. We don't know which man out there is going to just kill us for walking around on the streets. So we treat it like all men. You know what I mean? It's literally a safety thing. I get that it's not actually all men. Men are also always not all men until it's their daughter or until their girlfriend has a guy best friend or some situation like that, then they know how men think. So I don't think we're the only ones that think that. I think just a lot of men don't realize that they also know this. And also the bear versus a man thing. Yeah, I've heard the arguments and I totally get it. Yes, a bear is very dangerous. But at least if a bear attacked me, people would believe me. I would not go into the woods with a strange man. A strange bear, I'd be scared. But at least I'd know that if it attacks me, it's based on its own safety thing. If a man attacks me, it's literally just because he wants something from me. Another thing that makes me realize how important feminism is in my life was this thing I read the other day. A man in a room full of women is ecstatic, while a woman in a room full of men is terrified. The word wife originated as servant of the husband, so I don't like the deep-rooted idea of it, you know. And I also don't want my future husband to start taking me for granted, like, oh, you're my wife, you should be doing this, because that is the connotation around wife. So I personally am starting to stray away from that trend. Also the idea of being given away at a wedding rather than just two people coming together and telling their loved ones that they're going to be together for the rest of their life. Even in terms of title, where a man remains Mr. for his whole life and then a woman changes from Miss to Mrs. when she's married. You're Misters. But he doesn't become Mrs. A wedding shouldn't be about owning each other. It should just be about taking on life together. Like, yeah, we're going to be loyal to each other, but by choice. You know, it's not like I own you, I'm forcing you to stay with me. Like, no. We're going to be loyal to each other because we love each other. But I would like to stay Miss after getting married, because why does my marital status matter more than my husband's? I know the idea of being called a wife is still cute if you think about it in a good way. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I really just want the outcome of this video to be knowing that if you go into a relationship, it's a partnership. And you, as a woman, you don't owe anything to anyone. And as a man, you should know that a woman does not owe you anything. Yin yang. We're all just here for the experience, so let's just help each other. Let's just make it easier for one another. Stay safe out there, guys. Please share this video so that it can make as big an impact as possible. I hope this opened your mind a little. Love you, bye.